everyone, welcome back. Happy Valentine's Day. Today I'm going to do a very holiday themed video and I'm going to bring you my top romance recommendations. These are books that are just great to kind of sit down and like binge out if you're feeling like you just need a really good romance story, basically like rom-com but in book form. That's what we're here with today. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be spending Valentine's Day at work for starters and then probably coming home with a cup of tea and reading a book because... But anyway, so without further ado, let's begin the video. The first, I guess this one's a series, but like the first book that I have to talk about today is the obvious choice, and I've spoken about it so much on my channel already, but it is the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins. Any three of these books would suffice for a Valentine's Day recommendation, to be honest. They're all pretty great. I've already spoken about them before, so I'm not going to go into heaps of detail, but basically this one follows Anna and a guy who she meets in Paris when she goes to school there, and follows Lola, who struggles with some feelings for a guy that lives next door, and this one follows Isla, who went to school with Anna in the first one, struggling with some feelings for some other guy that she met in Paris as well. So all of them are great reads for a Valentine's theme. I'm definitely gonna probably go in for a reread of these pretty damn soon because I feel it's necessary. The next book I have probably isn't an obvious choice for a romance recommendation, but it is the A Court of Thorns and Rose series by Sarah J Maas. Again, I've spoken extensively about this series on my channel. This is just a good series for crack romance. Sarah J Maas has this incredible way of just writing love stories that just make you want to keep reading to figure out what happens with the love story instead of the actual story. It's just good. Specifically the second one, A Court of Mist and Fury, this is like the good one, to the point where like I'm probably not even gonna read this one when I read this again because this one's just so much better. So many leagues ahead of the first one, especially when it comes to romance. So if you have read the series before, I recommend rereading this one. But if you haven't, then you have to read this one before you read this one, obviously. But yes, this series. The next book I have to talk about is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is a fantasy contemporary type book. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but this is kind of like a Harry Potter-esque type book. It's a standalone story. It is based on the fanfiction that's written in Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. It's just good. I recommend. I had a good time with it. Again, I don't want to say too much about it, but I highly recommend following the story of Simon Snow in this book. The next book I have to talk about is Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. And this book is probably one of my favorite contemporary books that I have regarding love stories because it's not your typical love story. It's not like boy meets girl, girl meets boy, they fall in love, trials and tribulations. It's kind of like, it follows like more of a friendship and how that friendship kind of evolves and develops a bit more. So it's just a nice little adventure if you want to read it. And it's a nice quick read, so if you want to like sit down and just binge out one book on Valentine's Day, do this one. This story follows a boy who wins a lottery ticket, I guess, and he becomes a millionaire, and it's sort of how it affects his relationships. And the main character is his best friend who is struggling with some feelings for him, but she doesn't really know how to express them. So yeah. And the final book that I have to talk about, again, an obvious choice. Again, I've spoken about it extensively on my channel, but just like anything by Colleen Hoover, but I specifically picked November 9 because it's the second most recent one that I've read, and I enjoyed it a bit more than the most recent one. But this book follows a boy and a girl who meet on November 9, decide that they have feelings for each other, but they don't want to get into anything too deep, so they make arrangements to meet the next year, and the next year, and the next year on November 9. So it's definitely an adventurous love story. Like, it spans years, and the characters go through a heap of development, and there's a lot of other plot twists that kind of happen in the book. So this is another one that's super easy to get through, super easy to smash out in one sitting. So once again, if you're looking for a book to just kind of binge out on Valentine's Day, to live vicariously through another love story, then this is probably your book. Or like this one, or this one. Really, just anything by Colleen Hoover, I swear. The woman writes crack. And that is all of my recommendations that I have for you today, guys. I hope you are having or have had a fantastic Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, thumbs up, you know the deal. Yes. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!